it gave me the basis. The scouting law, I can still recite those. And so it just gave me the basis for being a good human being. And I've always tried to remember that. What makes scouting maybe even more important today than it did back when I first started is the fact that it still provides a basis for an individual close to being a teen. It provides a basis for him to have a guiding point or a guiding path. What are my values? That's because I learned those values back in when I was 12. But it still provides the same basis, the same guidelines, the guideposts that it did when I first started. It's always important to remember the basis that scouting taught you. And if you can remember the scout law and the code, then and you don't stray from that, you're going to be a successful person. What am I going to commit to the future for the young men that come behind me and young women? So to me, that's very important. It's been a great basis for my career. It's been a motivational. It had a motivational impact on me. As I mentioned, it raised my aspirations from being a coach to deciding, hey, I can go earn a doctorate. I can be a university professor.
I tell you what I most got out of Scouts was the ability, the knowledge, the skill, if you will, of how to build relationships. And, all of us have done the various things throughout Scouting, the rank advancements, the merit badges, the camping, all the activities, the service projects, but it's the relationships that I think we really were taught how to build and how to maintain. And I look back, I got my Eagle Scout 1996, so a long time ago, and there's still so many people that I got my Eagle with, that I was in Scouting with, that I'm still in contact with today. So I think that's really what I got most out of Scouting. They talk a lot about how to be a part of a team, but I think really what they're teaching us out of that is how to build relationships. There's things you have to do on your own, but you are working with a group of other people to achieve a larger goal. And I think that's one of the things that really helped me in my career was being prepared for utilizing those relationships and utilizing that skill of working within a team to build bigger and better things. I've got 2 kids in the program right now, and the biggest thing, the best thing for them is when we turn off their phones and send them out to the woods to go camping. The skills that they learn by not having their face buried in that telephone is hands down one of the greatest parts about Scouting. Getting them out there, getting them working with other people, getting them using their hands, getting them using skills that they learn throughout their merit badges, throughout their advancement, is just so invaluable. Because phones are great, technology's great, but there's so many things that you're not going to get through that. And that face-to-face interaction, the skills that you build working with others, the time spent out there in the woods, in the quiet, on the lake, wherever it may be, is absolutely invaluable to our youth. And I think it's going to make a huge difference in our children as they grow up and become the next leaders in our country. My advice for the newest Eagle Scouts is hold true to the Scout Law. It might sound cheesy, but those 12 points will get you through just about everything in life. From job interviews, to college, to everything you have, from having a family, meeting new people, building relationships, hold to those 12 points. They are great guide points to follow.
Scouting offers a lot in terms of character development, And I think learning about the values of the Scout Oath and Law, that's one thing that I caught onto really quickly when I was young, and something that I took to heart, and that shaped my character at a young age. And I think that's something that has followed me throughout my entire life. We need the character development, the values of the Scout Oath or Law. We need that instilled in our young people, because ultimately those values are extremely important in our society, extremely important in our communities, and it just helps make the world a better place. There is no doubt that my scouting has affected my occupation. When I was actually really little, I wanted to be a dentist, and it really wasn't until I did dentistry merit badge as a scout that it really solidified that yes, this was definitely what I wanted to do. And so I went through all of the steps of all of the training, all of the courses to become a dentist, and then ultimately a specialist as an orthodontist. And there's no doubt that the things that I learned in scouting with setting goals and trying to achieve them and working towards those goals, those were things that helped me get to where I am in my career today. It's really rewarding to see what I've been able to do in the scouting program as an adult, and the relationships that I have made with other adults and scouts, the experiences I've had in taking youth to a national jamboree, taking youth to a Philmont trek, advising them in the Order of the Arrow. All of those things are extremely gratifying looking back on what I've done over the last 10 years. So for the new Eagle Scouts that are out there, my advice to you is to don't stop achieving. Continue working. Remember that it's not just a badge that you wear. It is something that you should exemplify every day. Being an Eagle Scout means that you're now a marked person, and that's something that should show.